I wonder why nobody don't like me. Or is it a fact that I'm ugly? I leave my whole house and go. My children don't want me no more. And when I talk, they start to sing. Mama, look up, boo boo. They shout. Their mother tell them, shut up your mouth. That is your daddy. Oh no, my daddy can't be ugly, so shut your mouth, go away. Mama, look up, boo boo day.
Mrs. Bunbury?
Yes.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I was having a very enlightening conversation with your husband. Sharp mind, vivid memory.
Sure, Doctor. I can see Terry now?
I think they're just being thorough. No need to worry. Since we're waiting, could we sit and chat for a bit?
Okay. Please.
So, if I were to ask you to elaborate on what happened to you and your husband last night, would you be able to help me out?
They called you in because they think that we're nuts. Didn't they?
No. Oh, my goodness. No. I'm just here to see if I can understand your experience and see if we can't find an explanation for it. So, you and your husband, you were driving north on the interstate.
We were on the road, but we did stop for a minute. We were a bit lost.
Or we could just not go.
Are you serious?
Maybe it's a sign that we should skip it this year.
Hang on. What's wrong? Talk to me.
Look, I've accepted it. I'm fine with it. I'm just so exhausted of having to prove that I'm a decent human being every single time.
I can have that talk with them. That's...
Jackie, you always have that talk with them. Whatever that talk is gonna do is doing it now.
We knew this wasn't gonna be easy.
I knew it was gonna be tough. It's just starting to wear on me. I got your back all the way.
You are a decent human being. You are rotten.
Oh, no, stop. Stop, let it go.
Oh, you're so lost.
As a man,
Let me help you.
as the guy
You
who
did
gets
it.
out of jams. Okay, I can't protect you. What's wrong? You okay?
Do you see that?
Looks like a big old mountain to me.
No, look, there's a light near the mountain.
That's called a plane. Have you heard of it?
No, that is definitely not a plane. Terry, it's coming closer.
Now that's strange.
Terry, we need to go. Please, can we go? Terry,
I'm trying, baby. I'm trying.
Terry, please. Where's the light?
That's quite the story, Mrs. Bunbury.
When we got home, we told each other everything that we could remember. But both of us still have that same gap in our memories. Like we lost time. Dr. Bancroft, I feel like I have a screw loose just saying this, but I feel like we may have had some type of paranormal encounter. Like a UFO. I know it sounds absurd, I do. That's the only way that I can make sense of any of this. Aliens or flying saucers. You tell me. Does it sound absurd?
Well, I'm not one to pass judgment on absurdity. I will admit it's a bold explanation. What did your parents think about all this?
No, I didn't tell my parents. I made up some excuse about not feeling well, and we both decided not to tell anyone anything.
I think that's good. I mean, you wouldn't want anyone, your parents especially, getting the wrong idea about all this.
Right.
So the last memory you have, you're standing in front of your car, you're looking up at this light, and then wham, you're back in your vehicle. You mentioned that there was a torn dress. May I see it? This dress was torn down the back at the zipper. Looks like with some force. So you regained consciousness and you found the dress in this condition?
Yes. Terry said it may have happened when I was getting out of the car.
So he said. But there were no physical alterations to his clothing.
No, there weren't.
And there were no physical alterations to his body.
No. He was fine, thank God.
Thank God. So the officers tell me that you and your husband have been married for just about a year now. Is that right?
Yes, since last October.
And everything's going well then?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, the relationship, how is it? Does he take care of you? Do you take care of him? Are you happy?
Yes.
Are you healthy?
Of course. No, we're mad for each other, of course.
Good. I'm sure you've met some challenges with family and community due to the nature of your relationship.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, surely you must feel some tension due to the fact that your husband is colored.
No, thank you.
Mrs. Bunbury, I have been a family counselor for nearly 25 years now, and I've certainly learned one thing in all that time. In this whole universe, people are alike all over.
I'm not sure I follow you.
Well, when I see a beautiful young woman, bruise on her face, dress torn down the back, no recollection of how any of that occurred, well, I start to connect the dots.
Doctor, I'm going to speak with my husband now, if you don't mind.
The officers are still talking to Terry now, if you don't mind.
You let me go on about aliens, and you didn't believe me even for a second.
I do believe you. I take every word that you say as your own personal truth, and I also believe there's a perfectly rational and somewhat unfortunate explanation for all of this. Interrace marriages are challenging. In my professional opinion, more than the obvious biological differences, it's the mixing of cultures that causes the most tension. Now, I am no racist. Hell, I'm 1/16th Costanoan Indian myself. But the fact is that colored folk, Negroes especially, are just fundamentally different than Christians like us. They've got a different way of believing how a man should treat his woman. And frankly, it's in their nature. So I propose this. You and your husband, you are driving north on the interstate. You are on your vacation. You get into an argument, which causes Mr. Bunbury to pull off onto a side road where he strikes you, perhaps violates you. But rather than retain that memory, your mind suppresses it, replaces it with something that lets you keep your primary beliefs about your husband. Thus, the object in the sky and the lights and the subsequent lost time, these are coping mechanisms, Mrs. Bunbury, coping mechanisms, and I need you to understand that. And I need you to begin to believe the truth about your husband. Now, do you understand me?
What the hell are you doing? No. Terry, look at me. Terry, look at me!
Can't believe what I've done.
No. Terry, look, they are trying to set you up, okay? I don't know why, I don't know what they're trying to do, but it's not true. Do you hear me?
No, it is true. It's all true. I've done wrong to you. I've done wrong by you.
No. Let Terry look at me. You're the love of my life, okay? And you're innocent, do you hear me?
I got angry. I did things I can never forgive myself for. It's just in my nature.
Why would you say something like that?
You see, Mrs. Bunbury, even your husband understands now.
What did you do to him? What did you fucking do to him?
We didn't do anything. We simply helped him remember who he is.
No. We have friends and we have neighbors and they know Terry and they won't believe it!
That's where you're wrong, Mrs. Bunbury. They already do.